Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something really exciting. Guess what it is? So I've been working on this main room. This is our food storage room. I was not going to mud and tape the drywall at all because I figured it's just a storage room. Nobody's going to really see it in here. I was just going to leave the drywall in here unfinished. But then my wife is like, why don't we just do the whole thing and finish it? I'm like, okay, let's do it. So this was my wife's idea, so I might as well get it done. Right now I'm almost done. As you can see here, the room is almost finished as far as the taping is concerned. I got one more coat to put on top. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Right now I'm just finishing up a little bit of these upper corners in here, and I'm gonna get ready for the second coat on here, and that's probably all I'm gonna do. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a storage room. I'm gonna do minimal sanding, because I hate sanding and it's very dusty. I just wanna get it looking decent, and I'm gonna paint it afterwards, and that's about it, okay? So right now, I'm just gonna finish up these corners. I gotta tape it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So what I'm doing is putting a coat of light compound, joint compound, ready mixed up, but it's a lightweight. Okay. Now I'm pretty much ready to put the paper on here. Okay. Okay, that's what I need. This is one part of DIYing I really do not like doing. It's right up there with plumbing. So the only thing I'm doing right now is setting my tape in the mud. And then we're going to put another coat on there and take it off to get it wet, because you want to keep the tape wet and don't let it dry out initially. That way it won't bubble. Okay, so I got my mud here on my hawk. Want to get a little mud. I'm going to put it on there. All I'm doing again, I'm just getting the paper wet. And that's that. And then once this dries, I'll put another coat on there, and a real thin coat so you cover up the tape, and that's good enough. And hopefully I won't have to sand. I'm gonna try to get it clean enough to where I won't have to sand it, or minimal anyways. Okay, I just have this wall to do, and I'll be ready for the second coat tomorrow. All right, so this room, the first application, the mud and tape is done. Tomorrow I will do the second application. I'm going to do a like a skim coat of mud on there. I might not do a third coat because, like I said, it's just a storage room. It's nothing fancy. But I'll try to make it look as nice as possible. I just don't want to be sanding like crazy, you know. So very light sanding at most. So what I used here, this Easy Sand 45, it's a powder. With this stuff here, it's good to fill in all your big cracks. If you got big cracks up in the corners somewhere where the drywall doesn't meet just right or whatever, this will fill it in beautifully, okay? In fact, I don't know if you can see it in the video up here. I had a big old gap, about a ½ inch between where the two met. Filled it in perfectly. So any drywall you need filling in, this stuff will do it. This 45 here, let me move up close so you can see it. Okay, this 45 here means you have approximately 45 minutes to work with it. Depends on your water. If you're on well water, sometimes you only got 15-20 minutes. I'm on well water, but it gets, I got an iron filter hooked up, and it takes all the iron and all the, I think, manganese and stuff out of there. But, and the iron bacteria. But anyways, I had about 25-minute work time with it, so it wasn't too bad. Filling in gaps and things like that, this is perfect for that. You just put it in your little pan and a little water in there, put your powder in there, and mix it up till it's nice and creamy, you know, and then start filling in your gaps. This +3 here, I picked this up at the big box stores. This is a lightweight joint compound. That's what you want to use when you're taping and finish work on your drywall. So this stuff is really good. You want to use lightweight. It says it right here, lightweight, all-purpose, ready mix. It says ready mix, but put it in your, dump it in your bucket. This is already pre-mixed and everything, but you put it in your bucket. And you got to mix it really good with like a paint mixer, you know, and it will get nice and, you want it to come out like frothy, not frothy, but like a whipped cream, really, you know, nice with no bubbles in it or anything. So the AC unit in the house died a couple days ago, so I'm trying to figure out now what, it's going to be 100 degrees outside for the next few days. So I frantically went into my dog kennel, and if you've watched my earlier videos that I did some years ago, I put a window unit in there for the dogs because we put the dogs in the kennel when we go shopping or we're going to be out away from the house for a few hours or more. We put them in there, it's nice and air conditioning, and they can go outside in the penned area. But anyways, I'm freaking out. I'm like, how are we going to sleep tonight? So I went in there, took the AC unit, window AC unit out of there and put it in our bedroom. And that helped us sleep. And then I ordered a 14,000 BTU window AC unit. It was the biggest one I can get that's still 115 volts. It only uses like 12 amps. It's pretty cool. These new window units now have the DC motors in there, inverters. So they use a lot less electricity than the old ones. So when they come on, they don't go boom, you know, using up all that electricity. The inverters, the motors and the pumps and all that stuff come on very slowly, so which is nice. But anyways, bought that for the main area of the house because it'll cool up to 800 square feet, and that main area is 1,000, so I figured it'll work. This bad boy here is my 5-ton unit that I ordered for my house, and I have my air handler also that I ordered. The company that I ordered from put everything that I ordered on 2 pallets, and I ended up missing 3 items. My inline set, the tubes, the pipes that go from the air handler to the condenser, the 35-foot line set, that's missing. The what else? The cover, there's a special plastic cover that covers the line set, and a thermostat also I ordered. and it got lost in shipping. Somehow, when I received the air handler, what do you call it? The pallet was broke, and so the stuff got lost somehow. I don't know what happened to it, but I was really upset. So I called, it was Ingram's Water and Air, I think it's the website called. And I called them up, and they're going to have to make a claim with the trucking company and all that stuff. And I don't know how long that's going to take. I showed them pictures of what I received, and we'll see what happens. But that's going to be a job and a half, because that air handler weighs 200 pounds, and I got to bring that up into my attic. And the only way that's going to happen is if I take that apart. I got to take the coil out of it, got to take most of the sheet metal around it off, probably the blower motor out of it, make it as light as possible to bring it up in there. And another problem I have, the opening in my attic. I'm going to have to open it up. The maximum I can open it is like 30 inches by 24, which will work. It'll fit right up in there. But the problem is, then I have the attic, the ceiling, the roof of my house is on an angle, and when I bring it up there, it'll probably hit. So I got to open that opening up so I can tilt it to get it up into my attic, which is going to be a job and a half. But and again, it's me, myself, and I, so it's going to be a job. So yeah, that's what's going on here. I'll be doing a video soon on my rainwater catchment system. I received the parts that I needed to fix the pipes that go into my garage, yeah, I'll be doing that pretty soon. Probably it hasn't rained in a while, and the ground's getting hard again. So, oh, my camera went out of focus. Sorry about that. It hasn't rained in a while, so the ground is getting hard again, and it's getting hot. I don't know what's going on with this weather. It's getting hot again. It's supposed to be about 100 degrees for the next couple days. And then the following week is supposed to cool down into the upper 80s, so we will see. Yeah. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I just wanted to keep you up to date with what's going on here. And just trying to finish this room up so we get all our food stored that's in the house in here, and clear our house because it is cluttered with just little containers and stuff like that. I got these shelves here that I'm assembling, and we're going to be putting those in here to put all our freeze-dried food on the shelves. So busy, busy, busy. Alright guys, so anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.